Hey everyone, CurtainGuy here. So today I'm going to be doing a quick review of Cainhurst Castle where we stayed on vacation last week. Honestly, while I appreciated the authentic Gothic architecture and the cobwebby ambiance, I was not a huge fan of the place. So the Groupon deal we got for this vacation included complimentary transportation. The castle sent over a stagecoach, which seemed really fun and exciting at first, but they forgot to send a driver along with it. Those horses just ran around in circles for hours, eventually leaving me like half a mile from the castle. Then I had to walk through the castle grounds, which were in terrible shape and frankly pretty dangerous. They really needed to get some kind of lawn treatment out there because I ran into spiders that were almost as big as my hand. So when I finally got to the castle, the first thing I noticed was that the lighting was terrible. They just had like 100 candles all over the floor, which seemed like a big fire hazard. It's probably for the best that it was dark though, because the place wasn't very clean, and it's no wonder they had one guy cleaning the entire first floor, plus he was just scrubbing the same spot for what must have been like 45 minutes. What else? I mean, the list goes on. Our Groupon deal had high tea included in the evening, but the scones were too crusty, the tea was room temperature, and there appeared to be murderous poltergeists everywhere. At that point, I decided to just find my room and call it a night, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm not even sure this castle has bedrooms, so I asked an attendant for help, but she just screamed her head off right in my face, which is really uncalled for, just unprofessional. Even if I did find my room, I don't know if I would have gotten any sleep. There was this f***ing baby crying all night. It seemed like I could hear it literally anywhere I went. The next morning, the continental breakfast looked amazing at first, and there was like a really nice spread. The silverware and plates looked so elegant, but upon further inspection, it turned out to just be stale donuts and burnt coffee. Not to mention, more poltergeists. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. That afternoon, I thought maybe I could hang out with some of the other guests, but they were all pretty boring and kind of creepy, just standing around all day. So I decided to check out the local village, meet some interesting people there, do some bike riding, get something to eat, but let me tell you, Charnel Lane is a weird place, man. When I arrived, the townsfolk were dancing in some kind of orgiastic blood-frenzied trance around the town monument. Some kind of local tradition, I guess, but they did not appreciate me interrupting. So while I was in town, I checked Yelp on my smartphone for some suggestions on where to eat, and it led me to this outdoor seafood shack, which actually didn't even have a name. On Yelp, it just said, local purveyor of fried seafood. It was a bit of an uncomfortable experience, though. I just got the impression that they didn't appreciate tourists there very much. Anyway, that evening I decided to find a book at the lending library in the castle, but it turns out every single book was just the same copy of some book called The Necromonicon by Dudog Patai. I tried reading it, but I couldn't even get past the first page, mostly because my eyes would start bleeding anytime I stared at the pages for too long. Not that I would have been able to read it anyway, because you guessed it, more poltergeists. At that point, I had enough, and I went up to see the manager to complain, but he was a total jerk about it, so I decided to leave early. I wish I had better things to say. I like supporting local businesses, but I just cannot recommend staying at Castle Cainhurst until they shape up a bit. I'm going to give it 1 out of 5 blood rocks. Well guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this review informative. If you have any experiences you'd like to share or a suggestion on a better place to stay in Yarnham, feel free to leave a comment or subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.